All right, what movie did you see
What
that
movie
wasn't
did I see?
outside of Thunderbolts?
I only saw Thunder. Oh, this week I saw.
No, hold on. Let me guess. Something Indian.
Actually, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's court state versus a nobody, and I think out of every single courtroom drama I've seen, it goes My Cousin Vinny and this film.
Hold on. They do courtroom dramas too.
Yeah.
I thought they only do like the shit where a
Nope.
motherfucker have like 20 guns, stack them on top, throw it in the air, and then let it circle and start shooting everybody.
Or a chopper or a fighting a tiger or
Yeah. I'm sorry. When
no.
I think of Indian cinema, I always think about is the action movies.
Yeah, that there always are a lot of action movies, but no, because there's Pink, there's Jana Gana Mana, there's a Jolly LLB something. There's a whole television show that's based around courtroom, like actual real courtroom stories, basically about how monkeys are in an area and how they have to get them away without killing or capturing the monkeys. It's a lot of weird ones and good ones, but I gotta say the best one would be Court State versus a Nobody, because
Okay.
it's got a love story there that I can relate to. Because this girl starts talking to this guy who ends up not knowing who she is, but he's like talking to her consistently and finds out who she is by accident. It's very heartfelt, and you get all this through the courtroom dynamics. It shows the corruption of the courts. It shows the corruption of the political landscape, the corruption of like the police officers, and the fact that like women have no power, the fact that those of a lower caste have no power, the ones who are impoverished have no power, and the fact that the way it ends, it could have go either way, where because it's kind of like the girl's family accuses the boy's family because they're like a year apart and she's underage, she's like 17 turning 18 in like 3 months.
Yeah.
He's accused of like taking advantage of her, blackmailing her, and he's like 19 years old, and it would ruin his life for 14 years in prison. It's the whole thing is just absolutely dark, but oh my gosh, the romantic, and because I can relate to that situation, talking to a woman who I in my case, I didn't even know what they sounded like. I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know any
You
of
thought they
that.
were you thought they were a dude at one point.
Huh, yeah, I always tell her that. I always tell her that. I
This
always
boy
tell her
fell
that.
in love with a dude.
Fell in love with my wife. But it's just like I freaking love the story. It was so well done because it's heartfelt. Because where My Cousin Vinny is a comedic courtroom drama that does have some dark, somber tones, this one is a romance film courtroom drama that does have a lot of dark, sinister tones. And those are my top two favorite. Like another film like everyone loved was Janagana Mana. The first hour and 10 minutes of that film was absolute garbage, served no purpose to the actual story. Because the second
Not
half of
Jana
the film,
Ganamana.
yeah, the second half of the film was a completely different movie, which was a courtroom drama based on the incidents of the first hour and a half. It was like, why not just do the story in the courtroom, do flashbacks? But yeah, that's basically. Oh, and I rewatched all the Jurassic Parks. I finally watched Dominion. Finally.
So so we can agree that Lost World is the second best of the Jurassic Park movies, if not the best.
Oh my gosh. So
Hold on, you never seen
Jurassic
Dominion?
Park. I have just watched Dominion for the first
Okay,
time
what,
ever.
all right, what you think of it?
Oh my gosh. These Jurassic films have an issue with doing trilogies. The second you get to the third one, you destroy everything you have established.
See, me, I liked it because okay, it has some dope ass action. I feel like it has some good action. The scene where like one there, like that little underground shit where they watching like the Velociraptors fighting, and all of a sudden they get into a big ass fight scene, which turned into a big ass chase scene. I love that whole sequence. But the fact that I was expecting a movie to where they now have to live amongst, live with the dinosaurs, and we never
Underground
got that.
communities,
It was about
communities
some
with
fuck.
giant
It was
walls.
about some fucking grasshoppers. I was
Yep.
like, what? That's what this movie's about. And then at the end, oh, we have to live with the dinosaurs amongst us. Y'all said that in the last movie at the very end. And then here they
Yep.
go again with this new one saying the same shit. I'm like, bro, get out of here.
And what's always with these poachers hunting it makes no freaking sense. What's the purpose? These dinosaurs are breeding like crazy. So the biggest issue I had with the Fallen Kingdom was you have these rich and wealthy criminal organization types all meeting under one roof to bid millions on dinosaurs, which makes no sense because those dinosaurs have been free on an island for how long?
Yeah, I could have been good.
They could have gone to the island and gotten their own. And
Alan,
it makes
wake
no
up.
sense. Why did they get the dinosaurs off the island when in that basement they're grazing their own eggs? Getting blue for some unknown genetic reason, sure. But why'd they get all these other dinosaurs when they're growing them in their basement? It just
I did like Blue. Blue is my boy. I love Blue.
It was just like, okay,
Also,
whatever.
I didn't like Fallen Kingdom after that first half, after that first hour when they're on the island trying to escape. After that, I'm like, all right, this movie trash.
It's just like The Lost World, because as soon as the poacher walks away and they leave to go to the mainland, it becomes a boring film.
Hey, no, hell no. Watch your mouth.
The same thing. It's the same.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, when they're on the island, yeah, it's fire.
Yes.
I give you that. But hey, at least with that one though, they're on the island damn near the entire movie. Whereas Fallen Kingdom, they're on the island for like the first hour, and then that's
30
it.
minutes.
I'm like, yeah, 30 minutes. I'm like, after that, I'm just like, wait a minute, we're not on the island. That's it. I was so mad.
Yeah, but and the issue with the Jurassic World films, I don't think anyone really has a personality. They're all like caricatures. They're not really real people. Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt in every single one of the films. So, okay.
I'm still mad at how they did the assistant dirty in the first one.
Yeah.
That was dirty. I mean, they had her killed by like 5 different fucking dinosaurs, bro.
Yeah.
Land, air, and sea.
the Zara British chick.
Yeah, like that was grimy. Like, what did she do to anybody to deserve that?
Yeah, but like the issue with Dominion is it's like you have a world that's covered in dinosaurs, yet when you get to the actual world sequences, there are no dinosaurs. They're nowhere in the city. It's just like you would think they'd build communities based around dinosaur-free zones, having walls built around certain communities to like fend off these carnivores or these giant dinosaurs that will destroy the walls just by stepping on them.
Imagine if you were in Florida, because in Florida you have a bunch of lizards and shit. Those lizards was those little bitty velociraptors that killed Peter Stormare in #2. Just imagine that. That's what it should be like. Fuck the lizards, bro. Now we're worrying about that. You ain't getting none of that. Or you sitting there pumping your gas, and all of a sudden, like, fuck, here come that T-Rex. Everybody's insurance is going up. If you really think about it, everybody's insurance is going up. But they ain't do none of that shit. Honestly, they should have did a better movie where you actually had to live amongst dinosaurs.
Yeah,
that'd be an awesome ass movie.
Like that's the thing. That's what the progression should be. You start off with a park that fails. Jurassic World doesn't exist. Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park The Lost World doesn't exist. The Jurassic Park 3 doesn't exist. Jurassic World would be the next step. They actually build the park. And then it ends up going to the mainland, which would be the next film, and then it gets released into the wider world. All the continents are covered in dinosaurs. So the third film would be small communities, like what I'm thinking the 28 years later is going to be, where they're dealing with they have to go to the mainland for some reason. So they have to go, and it turns into like a scary film, a horror, because they're having to hide away from dinosaurs. They're having to scavenge for something they need. And maybe there are these wild people that have learned to live amongst them, higher in the trees. But yeah, it was one of the worst, especially to bring Alan Grant and the Ellie Sattler back. And
talking about Laura Dern.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
Came out of nowhere. Their relationship for each other came out of nowhere. They were friends. That was well established.
28 years later comes out next month. Damn.
Yeah. They were when did you ever get the vibe that they were a couple?
I thought they were always a thing since the first movie.
No.
Damn. Fantastic Four comes out in July 25th.
And then Superman comes right after.
Damn, we cooking with these superhero movies. I'm actually
And
excited for
then Jurassic Rebirth comes right after that.
No. Superman comes out actually 2 weeks before Fantastic Four, July 11th.
Okay.
And
Jurassic
then
World Rebirth.
Jurassic World Rebirth comes out. Oh damn, nigga, we cooking July 2nd. So July 2nd, then after that we get Superman. Then after that we get Fantastic Four. Ooh, I gotta have my money right. I gotta have my money right for July.
Yeah, well, Mission Impossible coming out this month.
Oh, that's coming out next week. May 8th.
Oh, yeah, May 8th.
Hold on, no. That's coming out this week. Oh, that's coming out this Friday.
It's coming out this Friday?
I didn't know that. I thought it was coming out like next week. Let me see. May 8th.
I think it's next week.
Oh, May 23rd.
Thank you. May 23rd. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Oh, no. Damn. Oh, like, what?
Like, that is not being released in my theater, if that was the case.
That sucks.
I need to rewatch all the Mission Impossible movies. I still haven't seen the Dead Reckoning
but I want
one.
to just start. I want to just start from 3. I feel like 3 is where it's just like everything is like consistent with one another. Whereas the first 2 were just kind of like, you know,
they were
people.
standalone films.
Yeah, standalone films, and then the 3 on were kind of like just all together now. That's where it really matters. And honestly, number 3 was the first one I went to go see in theaters by myself, and then the rest was history.
You're a big boy.
Hell yeah. I guess my grandparents didn't want to see Mission Impossible 3. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go see it. But and it's crazy. These Jurassic World movies made $1 billion each one.
Yep.
And I think the only one I saw twice was Jurassic World, the first one.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, back in
the
LA.
rest aren't worth it.
No, not at all.
Because it's funny. I actually was getting the trailer ready to edit my review, and I was watching the trailer. I was like, oh, this actually looks good. And it's like a 2-hour, 40-minute movie. So I was like, I'll watch it on the weekend with my wife. And then I watch it. I'm just like, this movie sucks. They bring all these characters back. The only thing I liked was like the dialogue between the old cast and the new cast. That was probably it, because Grant hates raptors and he's talking with Owen, the one who's raised raptors. It's just like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But those 3 pieces of dialogue isn't worth 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Hell no.
That's more like a Quentin Tarantino coffee shop scene. You have them sit down and talk. That's what it would be worth.
Speaking of Quentin Tarantino, you know he's writing the Cliff Booth movie, right?
I thought he retired.
Oh no, he has one more movie, but they're doing a sequel about Cliff Booth for Once Upon a Time. DiCaprio might return, but it's going to be a Netflix movie, and Tarantino's only writing it, and I forgot what director is directing it, but it's official. We're actually getting that. Because I mean, I think he said this is his favorite movie that he's done, because he did the movie, and then he did like 2 novels. One of them was actually about, I think one of them was about, well, actually one of them was the movie, but expanded more on stuff kind of like Cliff Booth, and then one was actually about the films of Rick Dalton, because they even had a memorial for Rick Dalton saying that he died this year.
Well, he went on set with like a 500-page script for the Once Upon a Time, and he had to cut that down to like a few things. 500-page script. That's already a massive book. That is not a film.
I do want to listen to the novel. I want to listen to that. So it's the novel, and then it's the book, the second novel, the films of Rick Dalton. Okay, it's David Fincher. David Fincher, he did Dragon Tattoo, right? Or is it different? Oh, Fight Club, Girl, Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl. Okay, that's a good director. I'm down with that.
That's some good films.
So and then again, Tarantino was writing it, so can't really fuck that up. So
I
can't wait for that. I'm gonna check that out.
What's it? True Romance. He
Yeah,
wrote
see,
that.
True Romance. Yeah. And okay, he wrote True Romance and Mickey and Natural Born Killers. Even though Natural Born Killers was definitely changed up heavily, it was still good. And I would have loved to see Quentin's actual version of the movie, because he only got the story credit. But True Romance, that's clearly Tarantino. Like the style of it a little bit, but the dialogue for sure. Especially the Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken scene. I fucking love that scene, bro. That is my favorite scene in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that
But
Christopher Walken is just perfect in that. Like, oh my gosh,
I haven't
he
killed
gets
anybody
insulted.
since
Like,
1987. Bop, bop, bop. I was like, oh, this is great.
oh my
But
gosh, and the fact
all
that
right.
he sold that script just so he could write or shoot Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I saw two different movies this week. So the first one was Until Dawn. You played the game, right? Okay, so for those who haven't played the game, Until Dawn is basically it's like your usual horror movie. At the beginning of the game, these two girls go missing in like this cabin and like the fucking like the underground mines and all that. So then their friends go to the cabin to find them. One of them for actually they got Rami Malek, they have Hayden Pantier and a few others. So they actually have a good cast.
In the
And it's
movie?
the game. The game.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you're dealing with the masked psycho killer. You're dealing with these creatures called the Wendigos. So it's a lot, and it's basically interactive. So you're basically playing a horror movie. You know, whatever choices that you make has a butterfly effect, and the game can end with you having everybody die or having everybody live, or certain people here die and whatever. The game is actually really good. Peter Stormare is in it also. The game is good as hell. But when it comes to the movie, they completely switched it up because now same thing, girl goes missing, friends goes to a cabin, but the thing is now they're stuck in a time loop. When they die, it starts all over, but the thing is the first time they die is by like a killer, but then the second time could be by a witch, the third time could be with shit just exploding and all that. It becomes Groundhog Day. It's interesting. The kills were actually funny because there was one scene where they're just like, okay, we're just gonna sit here and wait until dawn. These motherfuckers drink some water. The water has everybody exploding. And I mean, some characters, this bitch had her leg explode, then her stomach exploded, then her head exploded. So
What
stuff
kind
like
of
that was
water is that?
that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that was funny because then it's just like, oh my God, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me, just choke me, stab me, or something. Like shit like that was funny. And what's cool about it is it can go from like, Friday the 13th movie, because now you're dealing with this psycho killer, which that motherfucker, man, he was just murking motherfuckers. And then all of a sudden it could turn into the Blair Witch Project, of the Exorcist or something, which was cool. But then what gets me is once that wears off, and then it's kind of like, okay, we know what we're doing now. Then I'm just kind of like, all right, well, here we go. Now they just kind of running through it to make it till dawn,
That's
what you
what I was worried
expect.
about.
But what killed me is what made the movie like kind of boring is you don't care about the characters at all. Like, not I don't even remember their names. The only person I even cared about was the brown motherfucker. I'm sorry, I had to say brown. I didn't know he was Indian or whatever. And that's because he reminded me of another motherfucker. Not because I seen him somewhere. It's because he reminds me of someone else. And then that movie has a lot of potential because also when they're trying to escape, because when they make it there, it's a storm. And then when they finally get to like the hotel or whatever, come to find out the storm is surrounding them. So now once they try to leave, dude, there's this big ass like monster, this big ass creature, like a giant, like some Attack on Titan shit, just like waiting for them. And I'm just like, bro, I would have loved to have seen more of that. But it's like this movie, there was no reason to call this Until Dawn. I think like the only character they had from the game was Peter Stormare's the doctor. They had a picture of Rami Malek's character, and they had
Hugo?
the Wendigo and the killer. But I'm like, that's it though. Y'all didn't really need to call it Until Dawn because the whole story is completely different.
A good name for a film?
It's kind of
Live,
like
Die, Repeat.
if they did Max Payne and then changed the story up a shit ton. Because even though they added like some hallucinations, it was still the same story. But imagine if, come to find out, he legit, gets actual superpowers. Like he actually becomes an angel, and he's actually, a fucking angel of vengeance. Not just he drinks it and he sees stuff. No, he actually grows wings and then starts. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't even think about the whole family shit. Now he's just, going around, avenging demons and all of that. It's just like y'all didn't even have to call this Max Payne. Call it something else. You get what I'm saying?
Dude, Max Payne is an amazing film. Trash.
It's
But
a
an
it's a
amazing
guilty
film.
it's a guilty pleasure.
But yeah, Until Dawn should have been called Live, Die, Repeat.
And then the ending pissed me off because when the doctor finally, is going against the girl and explaining why he's doing it, in order to defeat him, he's drinking some coffee. He sits the coffee down. He has a monologue, and the main girl looks up and sees water dripping. She slides the cup over, let the water drip into the coffee, slides it back over. He drinks the coffee, he explodes. I'm like, that's how y'all beat him. And I'm like, this is not over. This is not over. It's got to be another loop. Nope. That's how they beat him. They all survive. Of course, he's still alive because now he's setting up another group of friends. But I'm just like, bro, that was complete trash. And this how bad I did not give a fuck about the characters. Finally, I guess a character for a second we all thought died, like for good. And I was just like, okay.
Okay.
That's why I was. I'm just like, okay.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't care for him. I give it like a 6.5, maybe a 7, only a 7 because they did have some good kills. I enjoyed a lot of the kills. And at one point, you only think they went through like 4 nights. Kind of find out they went through, I think they said 13. So one of the characters always recorded everything. So then it becomes found footage. And then you kind of see them during each loop. And a lot of the stuff looked more interesting than what we was getting. So I wish they would have kept a lot of that in. And actually, when they did that, it actually became kind of like funny because you just see all this fucked up shit happening to them and they dying. And I'm like, I could have did a lot more. So I feel like if this movie wasn't Until Dawn, it was something else, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. They could have just, again, changed how they defeated the villain and did something more with the characters. If you would have did those two things, this movie would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that's one thing I was worried about when I saw the trailer. It just seemed like it was so much that you would end up not caring about the kills, not caring about the scares less than halfway through because it seemed like it was just going to do that way too often.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, the game had better action sequences. I mean, everybody was expecting this one scene where one of the characters, Emily, is sitting there have to run down the mountains and all of that. Then one dude, Mike, was in the underground mines with a wolf that he befriended. It was like so much stuff that was so much better than what they gave us. So I'm just like, y'all dropped the ball. Now, I also saw Havoc with Tom Hardy on Netflix. Did you see the trailer or anything for that?
No.
Okay. It's directed by the guy that did The Raid. So action. They have action throughout. And it's basically crooked cops, crooked politicians, of course, gang members or whatever, crooks or whatever. I didn't care for the story at all. Tom Hardy has to, basically save the people that were caught up in a crossfire between this gang and the crooked cops. Forrest Whitaker's a crooked politician or whatever. The thing that got me with this movie, and everybody complains about it, is the CGI. When there's an opening car chase, that shit looks so PS3. I don't know. I'm gonna give him PS4 because everything looks CGI, and I'm just like, why is that? Why does that look like that, bro? Tom Hardy gets in the car with his partner just to drive the city. The whole landscape is like looking like CGI. And I'm like, why did y'all make it look like that? I mean, I think it was an artistic choice, but it just looks kind of stupid. But the thing that really gets me about this movie is it's a lot of action. Tom Hardy is fighting, he's shooting, he's getting down. But the way they film it gave me a headache. Imagine Kingsman's church scene, how it's like really fast paced.
Yeah.
Mix that with the Bourne Supremacy shaky cam.
Oh, so a handheld cam, not a gimbal.
Handheld like a motherfucker. There was one scene where it was one scene where they out the cabin and then the camera is still just. I'm like, bro, there's nothing going on. They're literally just walking. Why is that camera shaking that bad? And then when everybody gets shot up, it's so like overdone. It's all like, I'm like, bro, it's like nobody reloads in this movie. It's like everybody has automatic guns, so everybody's getting shot like a million times.
Oh, speaking of guns, that just
Timothy
reminds
Oliphant
me.
is in it. Timothy Oliphant is also in it.
Yeah, speaking of guns, that just reminds me of the Thunderball scenes where they're comparing their size of the chamber.
Yeah.
Their guns.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, it's big, it's long.
Yeah. So so one more thing I gotta say that I watched. My girl told me to watch a Weak Hero Class 1. It's on Netflix. It's a series, Korean.
Yeah.
And the main character, I gotta say, so far I like it. I got 2 episodes in. The main character, he literally does a Sherlock Holmes when he fights, and that's pretty dope. And then on his someone who basically forces to be his friend. He doesn't force him, but the MMA fighter forces them into a crew together, and they kind of do like this superhero squad, beating up like drug lords and things like that. And it's pretty interesting. So far, they've angered a kingpin of some sort, and that's where I'm at in the series.
Okay.
I like how the main character, he's completely weak. He can't even run, but he's got like Sherlock Holmes intellect. So he's like looking around, doing the planning. Oh, if I punch this with this amount of speed, this amount of force, if I stab this person here, oh, I can intimidate these people because like he does calls back to like a certain kind of dog training. And he's like clicking his pen, scaring the people he has already beaten up before. So he doesn't have to actually fight them. He just intimidates them. And that's actually pretty interesting. I like that because
what's it called?
Weak Hero Class 1.
Okay, it's Korean, right?
Yep, Korean.
I like honestly. I like Korean shows, Korean movies. Them shits be good as hell.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's got a lot of martial arts, or not a lot, but it's got martial arts in it. Like the MMA fighter beats up an entire team of baseball, an entire baseball team, because he apparently talked to the head captain's girlfriend, and they went for revenge, and he beats them all up, and they're swinging bats at him, and he's just like taking them all on. I recommend checking it out.
I'm telling you, gotta, if you like Korean dramas or whatever, you gotta watch the Alive.
Alive?
It's a zombie. Actually, I think it's a movie. Zombie apocalypse is happening, and the streamer is stuck inside his apartment, and then he's communicating with the other person on the other apartment across. But like when people die, bro, it's so sad. It is so sad, bro. It's because it's like there was like maybe 4 people that died, and each time I'm like, why? It's like, oh, I get it, but why? It's like I'm really like invested in some of these characters. Either it'd be someone that either it'd be like a cop that just got dragged and just getting killed for like a long ass time, or someone that misses their family, or this, that, and that, and this. But it's just like they're not even main characters. They're really just like cameos. And I feel so bad for when it's time for them to die. That's how good that movie is. It's called Alive. You definitely got to check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
But yeah, Havoc though with Tom Hardy, I give that shit a 6 out of 10. Tom Hardy fell off bad. He has not had a good movie that I can think of since 2015. Like,
trying to see
what you looking for?
I'm trying to find out who the villain is in the But yeah, Alive. I'll need to check it out.
Absolutely,
I need to check it out.
I'm trying to think like what was the last good movie Tom Hardy was in, because I'm like, this, bro, really? This is the movie that you did?
Okay, so I hear Mobland on HBO on Max.
Oh, people could sit there and okay, people like the Bike Riders. Didn't me and you go see that, or was it? No, I think it was me and Alex. Did you ever see the Bike Riders?
No.
Okay, before we get into Mobland, everybody liked the Bike Riders. Me personally, I thought it was boring because, I mean, it's about a biker gang. And what I like about the gang is the fact that they're not into like drugs and guns or trying to be like your Sons of Anarchy. They're just like family. They're family. They get into shit and all that. Here and there, they might have to burn a building down because they mess with one of their people. But it's good. I mean, Austin Butler is like the main star, along with Jodie Comer, who's like narrating it because she's telling the story to the guy that's documenting it. It's straight, but it's like shit don't really kick in until like the last maybe like 30 minutes. And even Norman Reedus and Michael Shannon were great, but overall though, that movie was just boring to me. So it wasn't a bad movie. I was just bored with it. So I guess you could sit there and say, well, Tom Hardy had a good movie. It was the Bike Riders, but he didn't have nothing significant like the fucking Revenant, Legend, or whatever else came out in 2015.
In Revenant, he really didn't have something significant there.
But it was still a big movie, though.
Yeah, he had the second biggest role.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, and I liked him in that movie, but it was still a big movie. What was it? Yeah, Child for Mad Max. Yep, yeah. 2015 was his last big year for movies.
But he wasn't the main character in Mad Max.
2015, nigga. But Mobland. Alex told me so far that show was good. I've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it. Like that's the one thing he's in that I think people are loving. I mean, 007's in it, so
that's another reason why I want to watch it. Like I'm waiting for it to go on because seeing as how I'm not like that excited for it, that means I could just binge watch it. But I'm definitely going to watch that show. I mean, it's Tom Hardy and 007.
Yeah.
I still have to see Peaky Blinders. I keep hearing about that.
Everyone loves it. I started it. I couldn't. I tried. I finished the first episode, then watched the second episode, and I think I have 2 episodes or 3 episodes, and I don't care for it. I don't. My wife is watching it, and she hates it, but she's on season 2. But she was only watching it because she doesn't have time to talk to me because I'm at work. So she's just watching things in the background. I don't care for it. I know people are praising it and loving it, and a lot of people absolutely. I love the actor. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. Cillian Murphy is great.
Amazing actor, but my wife was telling me she doesn't know who anyone is. Everyone looks exactly the same, and apparently, she thinks the actress and Cillian Murphy, who are in a relationship in the show, look like siblings. I'm like, I don't know. I only saw it a long time ago, like 1 or 2 episodes. I never cared for it. I couldn't continue. It's one of those things.
What's up? My bad. I was sitting there talking to Instagram. Movies you missed. We talked about The Last of Us. Then we talked about Thunderbolts. Then he talked about Jurassic Park. And what was the other movie you had watched?
Court State versus a Nobody.
Okay, and then I talked about what else?
And Weak Hero, Class 1.
Weak Hero. And then I talked about Until Dawn, Havoc, and now we're talking about just like shit like Tom Hardy, and we're talking about Peaky Blinders. And what's up, Brianna?
Yeah, I just don't care for.
They filming a movie right now, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to. It was
The Immortal Man.
4 seasons in a movie.
Yeah, the movie. The movie takes place a couple years after the finale.
It's the Entourage scenario, and
but at least with that though, they're doing it years after. Where Entourage, they waited 5 years for the movie and said, "Oh, it takes place 6 months later." But they're still talking about fucking Ted 4 and shit.
Yeah, well, it's the Downton Abbey aspect where you do seasons and then a movie. It's the Entourage where you do seasons in a movie, and the
Sex
Community.
in the City.
Yeah, Sex in the City.
Hold on. Sex in the City. They do a TV show. Hold on, Sex in the City do a TV show, then a movie, and then a revival. Like, come on. That's how you know that character is just Cillian Murphy. I mean, he just won an Oscar, so you can't sit there and say, well, he ain't got nothing going for him. But the Sex in the City girls, ain't nobody fucking watching them on the big screen.
No.
I'm still mad they killed my boy Mr. Big. Pause. I ain't know the show like that, but I knew Mr. Big. The nigga name was Mr. Big. I was like, he died in the first episode.
But yeah, Peaky Blinders is. I like Cillian Murphy. I've always liked him as an actor. I mean, heck, the first time I saw him was in 28 Days Later.
Yes, me too.
First time I was introduced to him, and I absolutely loved it. And the fact that
Red Eye, I loved him in Red Eye too.
Yep, amazing actor, absolutely amazing. Even as Scarecrow, for the little time he was actually,
I loved him as Scarecrow. He just seemed like a creepy motherfucker.
He could have been an amazing Joker if we didn't have the amazing, late and great Heath Ledger.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of that, you're getting ready to re-release fucking Brokeback Mountain.
Of course they are.
I mean, I guess now is a great time. I would not be surprised if they re-release that shit in June.
Yeah, Pride Month.
Ooh, I can't wait for the Pride Parade. I can't wait for that Pride. It's gonna be titties everywhere,
and a lot of dangly bits.
I'm going for the titties, dude. I noticed that it was in San Francisco. I was walking down Market. I'm just like, Pride Parade. I'm just like, wait a minute, there's half naked females here. Y'all calling me gay for walking down here? Nigga, I'll be gay. Do y'all not see this? I'm chilling at the Pride Parade, fool. What the fuck?
Yeah, you can get video. They don't care. They enjoy that. So
I'm
record
chilling at
yourself
the
as much
Pride
video as you
Parade,
want.
nigga. Let's go. That's where I'm gonna be chilling at.
Yeah,
The
well,
Pink
no,
Pony Club.
yeah, I don't think you'd mind if you were watching Transporter if the Pride Parade was going on in front of you.
Shut the fuck up. Speaking of a TV show, before we get done, because I got work in the morning.
Yeah.
You like the American Gangster, right?
Yep.
So you hear about Godfather of Harlem?
Nope.
Forrest Whitaker is playing Bumpy Johnson, the dude that yes. And this season they actually introduced Frank Lucas. Like this
Wait,
show
is it on?
Season 4. It's on season 4. You
How
got
many seasons
Amazon. You got Amazon Prime, don't you?
Yep. How many
It's on
seasons?
Amazon. It's you said how many seasons for?
No, in total. Will they have?
Oh, that I don't know.
That's something I'm always worried about when they just.
Well, the show's been doing real good, and seeing as how it's like in Harlem and like in the 60s and all that, you got Malcolm X, you got the Black Panthers. They also just introduced Afena Shakur. So yeah, they doing a lot of stuff, man. I love Muhammad Ali. Like this show is fire as hell. There's a character, like a henchman on his payroll. Like his name is Big Dick Buster. Like so his daughter gets raped. So at the end of the episode, you got homie tied up and shit. Oh, Bumpy, please don't kill me, man. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna kill you. Oh, that'd be too easy. I want you to meet a friend. His name is Big Dick Buster. And all you see is him just zipping his pants down. The dude was just like, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they introduced him in an earlier episode because like they were sitting there like beating this guy's ass and he wouldn't give them nothing. So, you see this big dude they send in there and all you hear is a pop, pop. I'll tell you everything. They're like, damn, it only took 2. I thought it's gonna go longer than that. I was like, wow. I was like, when all else fails, you bring in Big Dick Buster, bro. That shit is fun. And he a black dude. So pause. So he getting that BBC, that BDB. That shit is crazy, bro. But like, no, he's dealing. Oh, it also got Vincent D'Onofrio. He plays I forgot his Gigante, an Italian mobster that him and Bumpy always go into, always going at each other. But then they also sometimes join forces. It's really good. You should check it out. Oh, Giancarlo Esposito was in like 2 seasons of it. But overall, though, great show. I definitely recommend it, especially if you like American Gangster. Definitely watch Godfather of Harlem. I mean, it's Forrest Whitaker as a gangster. Like, let's go.
Well, honestly, every time I hear Forrest Whitaker now, I just think the wiggle.
Yeah, a wiggle it. A wiggle it. A wiggle it nose. A wiggle it. That bro, we went a wiggle. We would not shut up about that. And was it Rogue One? Yeah. A wiggle it.
Believe in the dream.
Sorry. See, before Wiggle It, mine was always Street Kings. I used to always quote Street Kings. Oh, they call him Phone Book Tom. Oh, dude. I get it. I understand why you always want him. You want to give Tom a blowjob, don't you? I'm like, damn, bro. Keanu was just like, all right, man, chill out, bro. That wasn't in the scripts.
Yeah.
I love Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker's great.
He like, there's no coming back from the Wiggle It.
The Wiggle It. The Wiggle It.
There's no coming back from that.
Oh God. Wiggle it.
Oh, his most quotable line now.
Oh, got me sweating and shit about that. Or maybe he's just hiding. A wiggle it.
That's sad. It's like, I love the actor, but that film, even though I like let's be honest, the Darth Vader scene, that film did his career no good.
Well, I think didn't he voice that character in like one of the cartoons or something? Okay.
In the games.
Did he also say wiggle it?
I don't know, but that's all you hear when he talks.
Hell no.
He's got the raspy voice. Oh,
Alrighty. So next week, nothing's coming out next week
just
except Fight or
fight or
Flight.
flight for me.
Well, all right. Well, we're still gonna be talking about the next episode of The Last of Us.
Yep,
Honestly,
and whatever
I'm
we see that week.
yeah, 'cause I am
Uh,
watching some movies this week.
I am planning on finishing the first season of Week Here because I think there's Class 1 and Class 2. And I do want to see all the Mission Impossible, so I'll probably be able to talk about that because I
You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna
still haven't
watch
seen-
1 and 2. I'm not gonna watch 1 and 2. I don't care to watch those. I'm sorry, I don't, bro. I
Dude,
feel like
one is still my favorite.
man, 4 is my favorite. 4 will
Ghost
always be
Protocol?
my favorite. Yes, Ghost Protocol was fun.
I
It
still
had
haven't seen
great
Dead
stunt.
Reckoning.
Damn, really? That Reckoning was good.
Dude, I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick.
Nigga, you never seen Top Gun Maverick? Bro, I never
I've seen
seen the
Top
first
Gun.
stop. I never seen the first Top Gun.
I
Never
love
saw
Top
it.
Gun.
But Alex was like, bro, you got to see you Maverick. You got to see Maverick. I went to go see Maverick, bro. I walked up that theater wanting to be a fighter pilot, bro. That movie was fun as hell, bro.
It's funny.
Oh my God. That movie, one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. That was so fucking great. You got to watch Maverick.
Growing up, my family would actually go to vacation in the Top Gun house. Yep.
Ooh.
My grandma and grandpa would take our family out to the Top Gun house for the first 7, 8 years. And then we'd always still go and visit it because it ended up getting boarded off. And then they got demolished. I think they rebuilt it though. But yeah, it ended up getting demolished because it was just too old, too weathered. It's on the beach. But yeah, me and my family stayed in that house for a lot of time, long time.
Oh, damn. Amazon Prime do got all the Mission Impossibles.
Now you have to check them out.
I think I might watch, because I only got 2 days out. I might try to cruise through 1 and 2. I'm gonna watch, I'll probably watch all of them before I get to what is it called? Final Reckoning. The Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning. Yeah.
But my favorite has always been Ghost Protocol, man. That movie was just too damn fun. I love that. After Ghost Protocol, they start getting more serious because the fourth one was fun. It had humor, it had dope action, of course, great stunts, and then each one, the stunts got bigger, but I can tell that they were trying to get more serious. And I'm just like, y'all losing what I loved about Ghost Protocol.
Well, that's what's funny is it's literally going back to its roots because the first one, well, that was pretty serious.
Yeah, it was probably, and then the second one was just John Wooish, just too.
Yeah, but it was also pretty serious when you're dealing with the chimera and the fact
stay
that
alive. You just stay alive. I mean, it has some cool action. I love the motorcycle shit, but number 3, I feel like number 3 is when they're really like, I don't know, kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Set a tone.
Yeah,
they
more
like number 4.
Who they are.
Yeah.
They find who they are.
Because then number 4 is when they really set that tone.
Well, I think number 4, like number 3, they started to do something like more. It was more. It involved more.
I feel like number 3 is is Fast and Furious 4.
Yeah,
where they know what they're trying to do, but they're not there yet.
Yeah, and then in 4, they kind of try to bring everything together. With including the comedy and everything, and then the 5th one, that's when they start to go completely serious. They're throwing out the comedic beats most of the time, and it's like going back to the first one where it's more Ethan Hunt and a small crew dealing with like a serious thing, something that's serious.
I'm cool with that, but sometimes when it's just too damn serious, it's just like I like when shit is funny, like. It's not always funny, but like a little lighthearted. Because I mean, when he's on the top of that, he has to go on the side of that building and Ghost Protocol, and you got Simon Pegg just trying to explain, blue is glue. Well, what's red? Red is dead. And he's just sitting there trying to climb up. Shit is just malfunctioning and all that. One, not only is it intense, but like just how he reacts to it afterwards. What Benji has to do. It's funny. It's funny as hell because like, okay, that clearly could have just killed him. But at the same time, you still get a chuckle out of it. Where everything else now is just like, it's like you got to have fun with these movies too. You got to have fun, which is like I love.
that climbing scene just reminded me of like Mission Impossible 2, where he's climbing the rock face. And then
talk about when Ben Stiller was climbing that.
What?
Ben, you know Ben Stiller was a stunt double, right?
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Oh, you never seen? So for the MTV Movie Awards, they had a skit where
Oh,
it was
okay.
Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller even had the long hair and everything. He was he was the stunt double for Tom Cruise. So when he turns around, you see Ben Stiller with the hair and everything hanging off. Ben Stiller even does the Tom Cruise laugh and everything. You have to see that. It's funny as hell.
Oh,
But
yeah, kind of like the what is it? Austin Powers 3 when they're making the Austin Powers movie.
That's basically what they did. But Dead Reckoning has a fucking, I want to say, a good 10-minute chase scene, which is funny as hell, and it just okay, it's in the same spot as Fast X. You've seen Fast X, right? When they're in Rome.
Yeah.
And they go down the exact same stairs. Fast X, shitty ass CGI going down those stairs. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, of course, they went down those stairs for real. And that whole chase scene, bro, went from Tom Cruise driving, handcuffed to Haley Atwell, to all of a sudden now Haley Atwell and accidentally switched over. So now they're sitting there driving like this. Meanwhile, Mantis is sitting there chasing them down this big ass army vehicle. It was just so wild.
I think it was actually Bourne Identity that made those street chase scenes so prevalent in movies.
Oh, absolutely. Because the first movie, all I think about is that chase scene. I love that chase scene.
Yeah, it started with Bourne Identity, and then everything else started just bouncing off of that. I mean, heck, I've even seen the car design they built with like the cameras and everything on the car, so they could redo the shot from different perspectives while driving, so they could get the people in the vehicle. And so they did that shot several times, driving and everything, just so they could get it. It was the Bourne Identity movies that really made it out.
Oh yeah, because even in the second movie, the best scene about that, the car chase, number 3, the car chase. Like the car chases were the best part of the Bourne movies. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, every action movie got to have a car chase. I mean, John Wick got some dope car chases.
Yeah, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're meh. But it was Bourne Identity that really publicized it and made people, oh, we need this in our film.
Absolutely.
Because even Indiana Jones 4 has a car chase, or 5 has a car chase
with the horse.
Yeah, with the horse, with them in the rickshaw, the tuk-tuk.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Indiana Jones 5 was boring as hell, bro.
Yeah,
that shit was so boring, bro.
Even the car chase. You have a geriatric trying to jump into another vehicle as it's
the fact that everybody couldn't stand Crystal Skull. Watch Dial of Destiny. Kiss my ass. Dial of Destiny sucks.
Everyone hates Dial of Destiny.
I'm glad. Because at least I don't care what nobody said. Crystal Skull was fun. It was a fun movie.
And it had a happy ending.
Yup, it had a happy ending. It was a fun movie.
Get rid of it and Dial of Destiny.
Right. Yes, they nuked the fridge, the monkey scene. I get it. But overall, it was a fun movie. I saw that movie twice in theaters. Meanwhile, Dial of Destiny, I'm falling asleep. Man, they should not have done that. And then you had I forgot his name, Lashif. You had Lashif as the bad guy. Trash. Is that Bolt?
Yeah, he's scratching himself. He's still got the cone on him because of his surgery. He gets his stitches out in a few days.
I miss Bolt so bad.
Poor baby.
But okay, I think that's about it. I want to go smoke and go to sleep.
I mean, next week we'll have a few other things to talk about. Of course, The Last of Us. Then that hopefully we actually get a good episode. I don't want another Jacksonville. I liked what we got. Keep it unique. Don't do it over again. I would like to see like the stealth of them sneaking in, just seeing the action off in the distance. Bolt, you can't scratch that spot. That's what I'm hoping, because I don't want to complain. I'm actually enjoying where it's at, because that was my favorite episode, and I'm like, I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't want it to regress. So yeah, that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see Fight or Flight. I don't know if you're gonna check it out, but I'm checking it out.
It's a good possibility. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, you got to see Sinners again, of course, and
Yeah, I got to.
Thunderbolt again, of course.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it for the third time, and then for the fourth time with Grandma. I was going to take her on Mother's Day, but like Sundays is our busiest day, and
Wait,
already we're doing a competition where church people and shit like that.
Yeah.
So we're doing a competition, huh? Mother's Day is this Sunday coming up.
Oh, coming up?
Yeah, this Sunday.
Okay.
So we're doing like a fucking competition, like whoever the top 4 or whatever people that get the amount we're gonna make for that day, you get like merchandise, cups, shirts, whatever. That's how bad it's gonna be. And I'm just like, I'm not about to sit here until like 4:00, busy as hell, go home, wash up, drive 45 minutes out, then drive another 30 minutes to the theater, and then sit in the theater for about 2.5 hours, and then have to do the same drive over. I'm gonna be dead, so I'm gonna just take her on my day off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 days from Mother's Day, so it is what it is. So grandma gotta know who Michael B. Jordan is. Everybody definitely go see Thunderbolts. Great movie. Everybody watch Last of Us.
Yeah, it's actually getting good. I was being pessimistic in the beginning, but I enjoyed this last episode. Hopefully it doesn't regress. Hopefully it just keeps getting better. Season 3, let's be honest. Season 3, no matter what, it's gonna have a poor rating.
Oh, absolutely.
We already know that, but hopefully it's actually enjoyable.
And you can follow me on YouTube at your boy Maurice. Same thing with Instagram, your boy Maurice. Shit, TikTok, your boy Maurice.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Netflix, X, X, Twitter.
Netflix. You can find you on Netflix.
X.
Oh,
X.
Gotcha. I call it Twitter.
Or YouTube.
Actually, don't follow me on Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm so glad they hid the likes. I'm so glad they hid the likes, so I could be a gooner in private.
What's a gooner?
Okay, so a gooner. Okay, okay. So originally a gooner. Okay, so there's this guy that oh fuck it. You remember the nigga James from my job that I caught jerking off in the parking lot?
Yeah,
he's a gooner. Now a gooner now is just we just call that shit to a freaky motherfucker now. Cause like now there's Dexter Morgan memes where it's dokes looking like mad as hell, and it's like, oh, when you playing Xbox and your boy say you're ready to go to the bathroom, but he's about to be gooning, but you can't go prove it. Or when your boy mute his mic, but he gooning, but you can't prove it.
So when we were playing with one of your coworkers and we heard like a
yes, he kept moaning and shit. Yes, gooning. He was gooning.
Okay.
Yep. Gooner.
Oh,
because there's this guy a few months ago. He pulled up in a drive-thru at, let's say, Chick-fil-A, and this motherfucker had his pants down, dick out, and it was recorded. Obviously, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to call the police." And he drove up with a smile, like, "Oh, hey, can I get the dick out and everything? Get out of here! You can't do that." He killed himself later that day. And now his legacy is the fact that he was a gooner. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I learned something today.
Yeah, hey, that's everybody learned something in the last couple of minutes. So thank y'all for watching. As always, I will see y'all next time. Hey, remember, goon in peace.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.
Toodles.
Don't steal my toodles.
Yeah.
My toodles.